What's up? We back with another video. Scary stories. This time it's way more, and hopefully they're actually good. Cause last time they sucked. So yeah, let's hope they're good this time. We'll be reacting to 4 horror stories animated.
Years old and being wheeled into the hospital late at night. I was 10 years old and being wheeled into the hospital late at night. Once I was inside, I remember the doctor telling my parents that I had pneumonia, and my mom started to cry. Those are the
Excuse
only
me.
things I remember about my visit up until I was left alone on the first night. I have no idea what time it was when this occurred, but probably very late. Everyone else in the rooms around me were sleeping, and so was I, until I heard something. I was facing the center of the room when I opened my eyes. I heard someone's shoes squeaking on the floor outside my hospital room. I turned over and saw a nurse walk by, but she had walked out of my vision, past my window before I could see her face.
Sorry, I was
About
thinking
2
of something
seconds
else.
passed, and then I saw her walk by again. This is when my heart stopped beating because of what
Almost fell.
exactly I saw. She was walking by at a very fast pace and was looking at me through the window in an exaggerated stare,
Yeah,
meaning
no.
she was walking by, but her head turned completely to the right side as she did, not able to see in front of her as she walked, and just staring at me. Very quickly she was out of sight again, and then suddenly she started walking by again, in the opposite direction. She was walking back and forth in front of my window.
No.
This time her head turned completely to the left, again, staring into my eyes. She had brown hair that was messy, and she looked insane. On this pass, I noticed that her eyes were opened very wide. At this point, I thought my heart would explode because of how it was beating and how scared I was. Nobody else was in sight. When she walked out of my vision, 2 seconds later, she was walking by again. Every time her head turned to the side looking at me. I remember thinking,
That must have
even
been
at 10 years
scary.
old, that
Cause I
something
would
about her was very wrong.
I would have been scared.
I didn't move a muscle and could do
Yeah.
nothing except just watch this incredibly scary woman walk back and forth in front of my window.
You gotta watch her. If you don't, she
One of the
might come in
times
there
she
and kill
walked
you.
by, she was smiling, a huge, sickening smile that made tears well up in my eyes. Every time she walked by, she
Yeah,
could
no.
not see what was in front of her, because the only thing she wanted to see was me, in my bed, through my window.
I would have been
It
done.
seemed like several minutes had
I would
passed,
have been too scared.
until finally,
I really might have cried.
she did not walk by again. She simply walked by one last time, and then was gone.
I would have stayed up the
I
rest of that
sat there
night.
in my bed and peered out my window, expecting her to walk by again at any moment, but she didn't. I must have stared out my window for the better part of an hour
She
before my eyes
naked?
got so heavy that I fell asleep. The next morning I awoke with my dad sitting in my chair next to my bed, reading a book. He smiled when he saw that I was awake, and I told him what I saw before I fell asleep that night. He didn't seem to be scared, or even very alarmed. He asked me if I was sure that it wasn't a dream. I was 100% sure then, and I am 100% sure now. The woman
Stick
was
with that,
real,
man.
and it happened. She was wearing the same thing as every other nurse that I saw. I was in that hospital for 3 days, and didn't see her again.
I really might have stayed up the rest of those nights. Trust me, I would love the beta test to get the PS5.
I started
But I
work as a
can't.
mailman a few months ago.
I mean, I
and
could,
just
but
last week, I had an
I don't know
extremely bad
the
experience. There's this
site.
one
Yeah,
house,
it's probably
every time I
fake too,
deliver
so.
mail, I see a person watch me through their window, and I mean every single time. I had always chalked this up to be an elderly person who has nothing better to do, and after a while
No,
of it
bro,
happening,
no.
it didn't freak me out as much. One day, though, I had to finish delivering mail on another carrier's route that had an emergency and had to stop early. When I I was finished with theirs, I had to finish my own. As I made it to this one particular house, where the person watched me every day, I saw that they were not there at the window. This made me happy, but also kind of made me nervous for some reason. I dropped the mail into their slot and continued on. I had 3 more
I would have been
houses
running.
before I had to return to my truck to
Probably.
grab all the mail for the next street. When I got back to the truck,
No, I wouldn't
I
have.
saw a
I should have been
weird-looking
walking
lady
fast.
standing under the streetlight behind us.
Oh, no.
She looked like she was on drugs. She
Probably
had
was.
stains all over her clothing. When she smiled at me, I noticed that she was missing teeth. She then said hello. I said it back and started gathering the mail
No,
from the
bro.
next street.
No. You jump in that car
I
and
couldn't see
go.
her as I did this, and I felt like she was walking up behind me. I turned
She
around,
probably was on the coke,
and she was indeed closer than she
the
was
weed.
before. Standing in the street, I asked her if she needed something.
I'm not
She said,
scared,
no.
but I'm just saying,
I then said back,
bro, I would have ran.
okay, well, I'm going to
would've
continue
ran.
on. Have a good day. With all the mail ready to go,
Bro.
I closed the back door, made sure it was all locked up, and started.
Because I don't want to get
I felt
stabbed. I
relieved
don't want to
to
get
be walking
shanked.
away from this crazy-looking woman.
Yes.
I delivered to about 6 houses when I noticed the.
If this was me, I would have put my mail in, got in the car, and drove off. And any smart person would do this. Well, Because think about it. I'm not finna risk my life for my job. I would have left. I would have been like, man, forget my job. I'd rather get fired than die. I'd rather get fired than die. Get kidnapped, raped, pumped up, drugs, yeah, that's about it. Well, yeah, so that's about it. I forget everything else.
Woman standing next to a truck in the shadows. She was following me.
No,
I'm sure that she
bro,
thought
no.
that I couldn't see her there.
She probably does
I
cigarettes
continued
too.
on, and after every other
If
house,
she don't do weed,
I
she
saw
does
that she was
coke.
keeping
No
up
coke,
and trying
weed.
to hide.
Probably does both.
And this was so
Probably does
creepy.
those pills. I be
There was
forgetting what they're
nobody else
called.
around, and I felt like
Probably
she
does
was attacking
speed.
me at any moment. I delivered the mail to another house, and
Speed.
sure enough, when I
No
walked
way.
back to the sidewalk,
I will,
I could
She
see her
probably does.
standing
You
in
never
the
know.
shadow by a big tree.
because
across
people
the
do
street.
multiple drugs
I decided
all
I could not
at
continue
once.
my night
Weed,
like
coke,
this,
speed.
and walked over to her.
I be forgetting the pills
She
names, so I'm
stiffened
just gonna
up
say
when I approached
pills.
her, and I said,
Um,
"Why in the hell are you following
Bro,
me?"
you should have punched her, bro.
She didn't respond, and instead made my heart sink as she let out a noise only a crazy person would make. A noise like she was scared of me, but it sounded really odd. She then ran away. She was definitely on some kind of drugs, and the next day when I came to that house where I would always see somebody there watching me through the window, she was there, and I know that it was her.
Customize and save with Liberty Mutual, page 96.
First of all,
Cut!
See how you can enjoy high-quality sleep and a cleaner ocean with the new
I
beautiful
hope this. I can't get copyrighted for that. Hold up. First of all, YouTube. If I can get copyrighted for that, I don't know. And I'm a kid. Like, don't do that to me. Like, don't. Come on, don't do that. And second of all, if that ever happened to me, I'm never delivering mail at night. But at the same time, I'm not delivering mail either way. But if I was, I'm never delivering mail at night again. And I probably would quit my job after that. I would be like, either I'm delivering mail at day, or I'm quitting. Which one is it? Because I'm not doing that. You're going to have someone else do that. Someone else can go get shanked or pumped up with drugs or raped. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it at all. I don't want to die. I don't want to get raped. I don't want to be pumped up. I mean, who knows what drugs they're putting me on? Probably putting me on whatever they got is probably multiple things too. I definitely don't want to get raped. Definitely don't want to feel that experience. I'd rather probably die than feel that. Well, it all depends, because think about it like this. If you're gonna beat me to death, then I'd rather get raped. If you're just gonna shoot me and I'm dead after that, I'd rather pick that, the fast way out. But if you're gonna beat me to death, though, I'd rather get raped. It can't hurt too bad. Can't. Probably. Yeah, I wouldn't know. Don't want to know. Don't want to figure out either.
This happened to me about 15 years ago. I lived near the ocean, and
Yeah, I
frequented
don't want
a
to be
certain spot on the
kidnapped
beach
either.
all the time.
Who knows what they'll do to
It was
me?
a lonely spot.
Because they
and
might
not
do
many
all
people
of the
ever really
above.
showed up there. This one Saturday afternoon,
Or
I was
sell
laying
me.
out in the sand in my
Oops,
spot,
sex trafficking?
relaxing and tanning like I always did.
So you could also do that.
It's not uncommon for me to fall asleep. I did sometimes if the sun wasn't
And
too
you'll
hot on
never
my
hear of
skin.
me again.
This one particular day, I did. I woke up a while later to the sun now setting and realized I had slept for quite a while. I looked to my left and saw a woman sitting near me in the sand, but not on a towel.
Bro.
She was wearing jean shorts and a bathing suit top, and she had really pretty red hair. At
Yeah,
first,
I can.
didn't
She
really
kind of
acknowledge
looks
her,
pretty. I might.
but
No,
after
I'm playing.
glancing at her a few times, I noticed that she was just staring out into the ocean.
Is that a
She
problem?
didn't turn to look at me, or anything for that matter.
She don't. That's
I felt a
weird.
bit of curiosity and said hello to her. She said hello.
Me? I don't try to stare at people. Like, you're right here. You're right here. I'm right here. We're walking. I either nod my head or well, I usually just do that. I don't really say hi unless you say hi to me. Then I'll say like hi. But other than that, I'm just usually right out. So I'll do that, right? You'll do it back, and I don't even look at you. Now I do this though. I'm like I always do that when I walk behind someone, unless I know you. Other than that, I always look behind, like making sure you don't try to come up and kill me, whatever. Cause I don't trust nobody. And you shouldn't trust anybody, not even your friends. I've learned that the hard way.
Right back, without turning her head to look at me.
You can trust
Right
no
after
one in
that,
this
she
world.
sprung to her feet and walked away.
Only your family,
I thought
and
that was weird,
it just
but
all
didn't think
depends on who your
anything
family
really of
is.
it. About 30 minutes later, I packed up my stuff and left.
And I learned the hard
Nothing
way to
seemed out of
never
the
trust
ordinary,
friends.
and I had a great day
Well,
relaxing at the beach like I always
I can
did.
trust certain people
Once I was
of
home,
my
I started
certain
making
people that I
myself
know,
dinner. I heard my
but
phone
then
ring
there's
and
other
walked over to
people,
my purse on the counter.
and then yeah,
It was my
we're not
mom,
friends no more.
and we started talking about the usual things when I noticed a square folded piece
Some
of paper
people are
sticking out in
fake.
my purse in the midst of our conversation.
Some people aren't.
My mom continued talking, and I pulled it out and unfolded it, confused, because I was pretty sure I didn't put it there. I literally dropped the phone when I read what was written. It was a note, and it said, "I was going to rob you and stab you in the throat, but you just looked so peaceful." I picked up the phone and told my mom what happened, remembering that girl on the beach. We both nearly passed out.
So she was going to stab you
The
and
story
rob.
happened when I was 16.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, if you're ever going to rob me or stab me, then please don't stab me. Like, don't stab me. I do not want to, bro, because if I get stabbed, I don't even want to get stitched up. I don't even want to get stabbed. So what makes you think I want to get stitched up? Like, if I was to get stabbed, I would probably let myself bleed out until I die. Most likely. And if you were trying to make me go to the hospital, I'm running until I die. I'm not letting you take me to the hospital. I'm not getting stitched. Because I do not want to feel the pain. I'm already feeling pain because I got stabbed. If you're ever going to rob me, shoot me. And I don't mean, like, shoot me in the stomach, the knee. I mean, shoot me in the head, heart, the heart of the head. Because if I ever die, either I'm going to die of, old age, natural cause. And if I'm going to die because someone's trying to kill me, I want you to shoot me. Not beat me, not stab me. Just shoot me. Simple. Simple, right in the head. So I don't feel nothing. I'm going out the easy way. You can at least do that if you're gonna rob me or kill me. You can at least let me choose how I want to die. Like, at least let me do that. I was thinking, I'll say it at the end of the video, but yeah.
And still to this day, I reflect on it from time to time. A bit of background. I live in Australia and live reasonably
Forest
close to a Royal
fires.
National Park where this story takes place. If you aren't familiar with the park, it is a large area over 100
That's one
kilometers in
uneven
space,
road.
with winding roads and nothing but brushland.
If you like see
that are
like
quite
right there
fun
where the
to
trees
drive
at,
through.
you can see
On a
it's
night like any other, I
yeah.
was doing just that.
Looks yeah.
I was a passenger in my friend Ash's car. and my
Dang,
brother
he
Lucas
looks like
was
he's
with us.
tired.
It was approximately 1 a.m.
He looked like he
and we
was
were driving deeper into the park as we
on
had done
that
hundreds of times
weed.
As we
He
came
was like
quickly around a bend in the route, we were face to face with a girl standing at the edge of the road.
Damn, I don't know how you
close to one of
smoke
those
weed.
barriers,
Well,
as
he was
we
probably
must be
like
near a cliff. She looked to be in her teens. Her age,
he was
I
probably
couldn't
like,
be
I need to be
100%
able to
sure.
stay up this whole night, so
Though
I'm gonna
this
do
sounds
all the weed
cliche,
I have.
I swear she was wearing some kind of white dress and with pale face.
He was like, I need to stay up.
I am an avid horror
No.
movie fan, so I
He was probably on coffee, right? Not on coffee. How you on coffee? He probably just drank a whole bunch of coffee so he could stay up. Cause look, he's not tired, but they look like they're going
understand
crazy.
how this all sounds.
They look like, oh my
Her
god, I'm
immediate
tired.
appearance wasn't what
But
was
he looks like
concerning
he's
to
just
us.
like,
We had
I'm
stopped
fine.
virtually in the middle of the road, and the car's headlights were shining directly on her. We became uneasy when the girl did not blink,
I would be like, hit
flinch,
her.
or move
No,
a
I'm playing.
muscle, despite facing us directly. I remember wondering why she would be out here standing in the pitch black night. I can't remember
I mean,
if
she
my
looks
brother
suspicious,
or our friend suggested it,
suspicious enough.
but someone said, "Should we go see if she needs help?"
No,
In
no,
that
y'all,
moment,
yeah, you
so
can
many
do it.
questions were racing through my mind.
I wouldn't be like, yeah, you go ahead
I
and
think
do it.
I
I'm
was
not.
the first to speak and said no.
Yeah.
As much as I
Lock the
wanted to help
doors.
someone, I reasoned with the boys, saying that if she was in trouble and needed help, she would have indicated it by now. I also suggested that it could be some kind of trap used to distract us, and someone could be nearby to attack us if we aided her. After what felt like hours, though, really, it was only a minute, we got the hell out of there. We
Smart.
had to drive past her to continue our route, and couldn't do a U-turn or a three-point turn because the road was too narrow. As we drove past her, I was in the back seat and turned my head to watch her. I still get chills when I think about this, but that girl's head turned slowly in sync with the car's movements and watched us drive away. I kept my eyes on her, and still she did
I
not
would've
blink
too.
or move as the light around her started to dim until she was in the darkness once again, and I could no longer see her face. Oddly enough, the three of us didn't mention it the next day or for a very long time. At least I don't remember having a conversation about it with Lucas. It was only a few years later, when I had started to question if I had dreamed it, when I asked my brother and our friend if they remembered that night. To my horror and somewhat relief, they did. They recalled the details as I had recalled them, so I knew it was real. Over the years, I have wondered what became of her. I regret not going to the police, and you may ask why I would even go to the police if
Yeah.
she had done nothing wrong. Truth be
Oh
told,
no, I understand.
there are no residents that deep in the park, and she was a good hour's walk or so from the nearest highway. I have gone back to the park several times since, specifically to try to find the girl or see if there would be a common occurrence. I have researched online for any clues as to who she might have been. On one drive when I was searching, I said to a friend of mine, Nick, who was happy to come along, that there could be bodies in the brush, and no one would know. A week after I said this, the dead body of a man was found a few feet away from the road in the brush by a motorist who had stopped to relieve himself. It was in the news, and it makes me wonder how many people are out there in that park. But most of all, who was that girl that we saw that night?
This was way better And when I say way better, I mean way better than last time. But what I was gonna say is I could do a story time on how I learned not to trust people. Cause yeah, I've learned that, like, really. And I can do a story time, but either 2 or 5 likes, and I'll do it. Y'all can either, if I do a story time, y'all can either judge me for it, or y'all can either be reasonable, or y'all can believe what I say, which is gonna be the truth, of course. Just listen to me now. Don't trust anybody. My mom always told me that. Didn't believe it. Should've. Cause people can be, you and your friend or best friend can be like this. And over time, y'all become like this. Or just you and your friend. Y'all go from real close. And now you're like this. Y'all hate each other. People are messed up. And it's lessons you gotta learn in life. And I've learned a decent few of lessons. But if I get 2 or 5 likes, and at least, I mean, I don't gotta get a comment, but if someone wants to comment I should do it, I'll do it. Because I'm not afraid to tell y'all why y'all shouldn't trust people, trust your friends, or anyone in that fact. Because what I can tell you can help you learn something in life. Like I said, if I do it, you can either hate me for it or you can either like me for it. It's your choice. I don't care. I really don't. Because either I don't know you and you can hate me. As long as I don't know you, I don't care. Even if I do know you, I still won't. It's life. Anyway, I'm gonna end it off right here. People have a good day. Like I said, 2 or 5 likes for that story time. Yeah. Besides that, have a good day. I'm out.